Hey guys, welcome back to another video in the r/entitled_people subreddit. Today I have 3 stories for you involving an entitled mother that spends her 17-year-old's hard-earned money on Gucci, a woman that thinks she can disrespect a customer service worker, and an entitled Kevin that decides to block access to an entire car park so he can go walk his dog. Doesn't that sound fun? I think so too, so let's jump right into it. Mom thinks she's entitled to my salary and spends it all on designer. My parents have never given me allowance for anything, so without asking them, I got a part-time job after school at a restaurant where I earned $5 an hour. I worked for 2 hours every day after school from 5:45 to 8 p.m. They knew I had gotten a job, so they didn't say much of anything. My mom asked me a few questions and would be curious to learn more, but that was it. After a few months, I had saved around $800, which was a lot for me, and I was planning to continue my saving until my mom asked me how much I had earned and asked me to let her save it in her account as it would be safer. I said okay. Afterwards, I saw her buy a few designers and asked her if she spent my money, to which she replied, "I have spent thousands on you by growing you up. So what if I spent your money? Just earn it back again." I started bawling my eyes out, not out of sadness but pure frustration that my hard work and hard-earned money has now been washed away because of my mom. She feels entitled to my money and my dad didn't say anything to her about it. She refuses to return it and thinks I'm acting like a brat and told me if I continued this way, she's going to ground me and take away all my devices. WTF. I currently have around $80 in Bitcoin and I'm going to start saving again, but without my entitled mom knowing. However, I'm so extremely upset because I have to start from the beginning again. FYI, my family isn't rich, so $800 is a lot of money to us, and there is no way she will ever return it to me for anyone that's optimistic enough to think that my mom's the kind to save it for me. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone except for myself. I can't wait to get out of this house at 18. This story breaks my heart. The fact that the shady mother clearly cares more about designer things than her daughter's trust and feelings is disgusting. It seems like OP has a good head on her shoulders though, realizing that her parents' behavior is toxic and plans to move out when she's able. Advice I would give to OP is to open her own savings account, put every single penny she makes into that account, not say a single word to anyone about it, and check the account regularly. I sincerely wish OP the best, and she will one day realize that she will be so much happier and fulfilled when she becomes an adult and can choose to be no contact with her parents if that's what she decides. Entitled woman snaps her fingers in my face at work. I worked at a famous Canadian toy store. I was stocking up the shelves when a hand goes in my face and snaps. I jump very much surprised. "Excuse me?" I go very enthusiastically and smiling, snapping my fingers after every word spoken slowly. "Yes? What can I do for you?" Woman very shocked starts laughing in an embarrassed manner. "I'm looking for X toy." "Of course! Please, follow me." I turn to lead the way. Meanwhile, she still nervously giggles following me. We get the toy. "Is this what you are looking for?" She says yes and thank you. I nodded and went back to what I was doing. I think she caught on that her actions were not appreciated. My manager came to me laughing her head off, as quietly as possible, saying that made her day, and now knows what to do if it happens to her. Love this, love OP, love that they kept up the snapping shtick the whole time too. I would have responded the same way. One of my biggest pet peeves are people that treat customer service workers like trash. They are not your slaves. You are not better than them. They are paid to be nice to you and help you. You can be nice to them in return. I'm not gonna lie, I've gotten in a few kerfuffles with people being unnecessarily rude to store workers because I hate that crap and I hate people that think they're better than others. We are all on this earth. We are all just trying to live and make it through this. So make the journey easier on others by being kind and standing up to people being unjust. That is all. This is a PSA from Reddit Brew, over and out. Entitled dog walker blocks car park. I will begin with a description of where I live. It's a block of flats, as they're commonly called here in the UK, or apartments for those in the US. We have a communal residential parking with a few garages that you can rent off the council. There is no designated or assigned parking, so it's first come, first serve for spaces. So basically, with 33 homes, this small car park can get cramped. Right next door to us is a golf course with an access path between two of the buildings. So this makes for easy access for dog walkers, which isn't really a problem if they're local. However, every day of every year, we get a dozen people coming from who knows where in their Audis, BMWs, Mercedes, etc. to take their dogs for walks, which in return blocks parking spaces for residents. If you ask them why they've come at least halfway across town to clog up our car park, well, you end up speaking to the classic entitled person who thinks that because they have money, they can do whatever they want. Then during spring and summer, we have another group of entitled people that also clogs up the car park: golfers. They think that instead of paying membership to use the golf course, they can come park here before going golfing for a few hours. Despite all this, they always park up properly. Not this time. This time an entitled Mercedes driver downright blocks the car park so nobody can come and go. Also that he can take his dog for at least a 10-minute walk. I started hearing someone beep their horn now and then, which isn't really a problem as it usually meant that someone had arrived to pick someone up. Then after almost 10 minutes, yes, I'm slow, I finally think that the horn honking was out of place. These days, if someone is here to pick someone up, they'd use their phone. So I looked out the window and what do I see? A black Mercedes blocking the gap between a properly parked car and the garages. The driver honking was a lady in a red BMW Estate who also had her little girl in the car. I grabbed my phone and stepped out onto my balcony to make a video, just as the bloke returns his dog. Sadly, my phone wouldn't switch to video, and because things were happening quickly, I just took a photo instead. The bloke in the black and yellow literally yells at his dog to get into the car while practically forcing it in. You know, grab it by the collar and drag it sort of thing. He then starts yelling at the lady driver and gives her the middle finger before getting into the car and wheel spinning away. The thing that probably makes him the most entitled person from this is that there were available spaces to park. The amount of entitled people that park here is one thing, but this guy was not just the icing, but the sprinkles, cherries, and high horse. So OP did post the picture they took from their balcony, and I was a bit confused looking at it at first, so let me explain. So as you can see, this car here is parked properly next to the curb. This guy here is parked here, blocking this lady from being able to get out, making this guy an a-hole. I don't know what his thought process in doing that was. There is clearly many other spaces for him to park, but the audacity of people never ceases to amuse me, and I hope you were amused as well. If you were, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit stories. Bye!